Troops are here, moving in Chicago, flying above downtown Chicago. You can see these military vehicles, aircrafts moving in there, airborne right now as we speak. Guys, this is breaking news here in downtown Chicago as troops move in.
It has begun. They are moving into Chicagoland, and yeah, this next clip I'm about to show y'all is pretty darn wild. Absolutely wild what this guy is about to say. And yeah, I mean, all I can say about this clip is the light's on, but nobody's home. Especially if you had this to say. Let's dive in.
Trump, do not send the National Guard to Chicago, gang. Do not, I repeat, do not do it. We are a different breed out here, nigga. We are not Los Angeles. Nigga, we are not Washington, D.C. Nigga, this is Chicago, nigga. Them niggas go fight back. I'm telling you, them go fight back, gang. Whatever, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Them young got switches, gang. They not going for that, bro. I know a bunch of y'all finna say, oh, it's the National Guard. They can't do anything about it. They must go in Chicago. Nigga, do y'all know that it's more bad people than good people, bro? There are over 100,000 gangs in Chicago by the city by itself, gang.
Yeah, I'm just as shocked as y'all. Like, I'm just staring at this video like, yo, what did you just say? Don't send the National Guard because folks here got switches. If you don't know what a switch is, goodness gracious, it turns a pistol into a fully auto gun, okay, weapon. And let me tell y'all something. I don't think anybody is concerned about some YN in Chicago with the switch. Because I've talked about stories like this on my other channel, and if you're not subscribed to it, definitely go and subscribe to it. It's called Extra Rich, okay? The link is down below in the description box. These folks have zero aim. Zero aim. Excuse me, my allergies are still kicking my butt, okay? So if you see me rubbing my eyes watering, and I'm sniffling, yeah, it's my allergies. Anyway, they have zero aim. Absolutely zero aim. And you're going against folks who have trained with these weapons. And you think they can serve some folks with switch? Man, come on, man. I can't believe it came out of that man's mouth. That's absolutely crazy.
I know what's so funny to me is the fact that we got people on TikTok and the people of Chicago saying that they're not scared of the National Guard. Which, okay, you may not be scared of the National Guard or whatever the case may be, but I'm going to tell y'all something. The National Guard definitely ain't scared of y'all, and the National Guard definitely don't mind bringing their ass to Chicago and shutting that whole city down. And the only reason these people saying this is because Trump said that they're going to find out what he did with D.C. and they're going to do the same thing in Chicago. And I guess the people of Chicago feeling some type of way. The dude's talking about some, oh, we got switches, we ain't scared of the National Guard, we got all this, we got all that. As if this not the U.S. military that y'all talking about. I guarantee you, them folks start bringing those tanks and bringing those grenade launchers to the streets. There is absolutely nothing that y'all people can do to the National Guard once they get to Chicago. I'm going to tell you that now. These are trained professionals that we're talking about here. These people specialize in that type of activity in the active war each and every day. And you think they finna be scared or finna be affected by coming into Chicago and shutting that city down? Absolutely not. These people are trained to neutralize the target. Literally. And we got the people of Chicago thinking because they got a couple Glocks and a couple switches or whatnot, and maybe a few ARs or whatnot, they thinking that they can take on the world. Man, y'all people about to fuck around and find out what it's really about and what America is really about.
Hey, he's speaking some facts. So there are some sane folks out here, okay? It's not all a bunch of folks who are just like, oh man, we got switches here. We got Dracos and, you know, we got some ARs and we got some YNs here. Like, nah, bro, we don't care about that. The U.S. military has bombs the size of buses. And you think they're afraid of some little kids with switches? We have weaponry that could flatten the entire city of Chicago. Now, would I agree with doing that? No, absolutely not. That's not what I'm advocating for. But I'm just saying, we have bombs that will flatten that entire city. And you think the military is afraid of some people with zero aim that have switches. As a matter of fact, that's even worse for them. They can barely control it. They can barely control a semi-auto, let alone a fully auto. Fully, just going all over the place. They can't even control a semi. You think they can control a fully auto? Bro, that they gonna hit everything but they target. I've literally seen a story. As a matter of fact, I think I talked about this on the other channel, where someone pulled up to a location, saw some people that they didn't like. This was in Chicago, mind you, or Philly. Chicago or Philly. Pulled out a fully auto, started spraying. They hit nothing but legs and feet. I'm not even joking. I'm not even kidding. They hit like, I believe it was like 4 different people that got shot. They all were shot in their leg or their foot. Now, don't get me wrong. You have your femoral artery, right? If you get hit there, there's going to be some major problems. But still, they got hit in their leg or their foot. I mean, the guy's just spraying bullets everywhere. And the only place you can hit folks is in their leg or their feet. And a couple of them just got grazed. It wasn't even like a full impact. Like, come on, man. This stuff is ridiculous. But, hey, just the mere appearance, just the mere announcement of Trump coming has some streets empty in Chirac, a.k.a. Chicago.
Normally on a Friday afternoon, my neighborhood would be bustling. You'd see a lot more cars out, honking their horns, people on the sidewalk, going to neighborhood shops, waiting for the bus. But it's pretty dead out here today. It's been pretty dead all day. The immigrants who live and work in neighborhoods like this one on Chicago's west side tell me that they're afraid of going out and getting detained and deported by ICE. I'm Melissa Sanchez. I'm a reporter with ProPublica, a national nonprofit investigative news organization. We've been hearing that federal authorities would conduct a 30-day immigration enforcement operation, and that it would start as early as today, Friday, September 5th. So far, it doesn't appear that any major operation is underway. Still, the immigrants who live in neighborhoods like this one are on edge. They told me how afraid they were to leave their homes in the morning, but how they had to do so anyway, to get to work or to get their kids to school. I plan to spend much of the next few weeks reporting on what happens in neighborhoods like this one. If you have information you'd like to share, please reach.
Yeah, I hope they stay afraid. I hope they stay very afraid. I also hope they get caught if they're here illegally. Deport every single one of them. Every single one of them. My eye is like twitching right now. It's annoying the crap out of me. Goodness gracious. Deport every single last one of them. Every one. Because you know what's happening in Chicago? I want y'all to listen to this. It's probably going to make you angry.
$1,000 in food stamps and $5,000 in cash money. Every month they're getting that. Yes, and they're getting 6 months free rent. But this was the first time I heard about it. Now that I've heard it's 2 years free rent, getting Section 8, first prioritized before the citizens.
Wow. So the Venezuelan migrants that are coming in here, they are getting 6 months free rent, $15,000
$1,000
in food stamps, and on a credit card, $5,000.
Cash.
Oh my goodness. How do the people in Chicago feel about that?
Well, people are angry because there's a lot of people, you know, that need help with Medicaid and food stamps, and they get rejected.
Tell me about the people that you've seen on the streets collecting clothes.
By my house there's a Walgreens. There's a lot of families that go stand by the door with a pamphlet saying they need money and food, and they're Venezuelans getting money, and then they go in the bus and don't pay, go in the trains, don't pay, and they're not getting in trouble for none of the wrong things they're doing.
They can commit a crime or steal or something and nothing happens to them.
Nothing happens. They get away with everything. By my house, a car passed by. It said Venezuela in the back on the front windshield said Venezuela, and on the side of the window this said Chandel Rockland. And they drove by my house.
Absolutely wild stuff. Wild stuff. Illegals getting assistance. But our own American citizens can't get any. Meanwhile, in Chicago, this is also happening.
So I was punched this morning walking in the Loop to my office. Never thought I would be one to make a video like this. Chicago commuters that work in the Loop, please be so incredibly careful when you're standing in a crosswalk, because that's how I got punched in the face. So this morning on Welch Street at like 8:15 with tons of other commuters nearby, some random man who was walking perpendicular from me came behind me, walking this way, came around my right shoulder and actually like swung up and over my shoulder into my jaw, kind of pushing downwards. When he punched me, my glasses fell off, and I have extremely low vision. For those of you that do have low vision, you get how vulnerable you feel without your glasses, and especially right after getting punched. He was wearing all black with this gray raincoat, and he had his hood on, and he took his hood off, and he looked at me, and I saw that man's bald head. Didn't want to take my phone, didn't want to take my work computer, didn't want to take my bag, my wallet, nothing. He just wanted to hit me, so.
Absolutely wild stuff, man. You can't even walk down the streets of Chicago without worrying about getting jaw jacked for no apparent reason. Zero apparent reason. And meanwhile, you have Mayor Brandon Johnson doing his whole little... As a matter of fact, I think this guy sat down and signed a bill to stop Trump from helping out in Chicago. It makes absolutely no sense, man. Zero sense at all. It is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. But anyway, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. Do you think crime will drop now that Trump is there? I do. I think so. Now, I think Trump is only going to be there for, deporting illegals. But just the mere fact that ICE, as well as others, to back up ICE will be there, I think crime will drop a little bit, for sure. Do I think it will be to the extent that DC was? No. At least not until Mayor Brandon Johnson or Governor Pritzker is like, hey, yo, Trump, come on in, brother. We need your help. Then I think it'll get to the level of DC where you can go like a 2-week stretch without seeing any type of murder at all. But Democrats love to see black people buried 6 feet in the dirt, I guess. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Peace and love. I'm out.